Alright. Tried making this video already, but I'm gonna try again. Just because I didn't really like that video. Hello. My name is Andrew. I am a fat fuck low-key. No, I'm a fat fuck high-key. I'm a low-key a fat chud. Okay, wait. Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm high-key a fat chud. No, that's kind of a bad intro, but whatever. Yeah, so not doing anything crazy right now. Just kind of wanted to make a video just about my progress and what I'm doing and making myself more accountable by making videos, calling myself out, basically. So context, obviously gotta start with context. I'm a big dude, been a big guy ever since I was a kid. I would say a lot of the reason why I got so big was due to comfort, like food as a comfort. Like, so, you know, sometimes your mom will come home with food, or I don't know, you get sad to eat food. That's kind of like where I came from and why I think I got so fat. Also, kind of covered the fat during 2020, like a lot of people did. Except for I didn't really bounce back because I didn't go back to school. I kind of like stayed out of school, did online stuff. Really lost myself during that time, was very antisocial. I'm not that much antisocial anymore, but I digress. I am going on a tangent. Let's just start with my peak weight. My peak weight, also let me just give you some parameters. I'm 6 foot. And my peak weight, I think at the end of 2021 was 287, or maybe it was 277. It was somewhere around there. And the reason I know this is because I was like, oh, I'm not that fat. You know, I looked at myself in the mirror after like eating a lot of food. I was like, damn, I'm getting fucking big. And I was like, Mom, can I use your scale? And she was like, sure. So I bring it back to my bathroom, and I'm like, there's no way. I'm probably like 250. You know, I'm a big boy. I'm a husky. And I stepped onto it, and I was 287. Yeah, I think it was 287. I was like 287. I was like, I'm 13 pounds off of being 300. And I like, that snapped something in me. I was like, holy shit, I'm about to be 300 pounds. I was like, I can't let that happen. That's way too much weight. Like, there's no way I'm a 300-pound person. Like, just like lock the fuck in. That's basically what I was like saying to myself. But so I did. I really locked in, and I starved myself. Like, when I first tried to lose weight, I literally just would like not eat. I would eat once a day. I would eat like a huge meal at night, like probably like 2,000 calories just that night, just like one meal, and just like would chill, like don't eat. And I lost a lot of weight, you know. I think I got down to like 260 something my first attempt, and then I got comfortable. I started looking a little better. I lost more fat in my face, which, you know, that's like kind of where I lose a lot of my weight first. Even though I still have a double chin, you know, look at that. But yeah, so I got down to like 260 something, and I was like, I can, you know, be more lenient. I can eat more. So I ate more. I kind of just stayed that way until I said it was the end of 2021. I stayed that way till like 2022, like end of 2022. Just kind of maintained 260 something, and then start eating bad again. I went through the process of getting my GED, and I started eating bad again. I guess I should say how old I am. I'm 21. So yeah, that's when I was like 16 or something like that, or 17, right? Something around there. Yeah, 17. It'll be 2021. So yeah, this was when I was like supposed to be about to be an adult, and that's what I like kind of set myself to. I was like, I can't be 18 and not be at my physical peak, which, as you can see from now, I'm not at my physical peak at all. Oof, almost knocks me over. But yeah, so I wasn't at my physical peak. Just giving you guys context. So I got really comfortable, and at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023, I really locked in. Like, it was the summer, my friends were graduating, I was already graduated, and I was like, I can't be pulling up to these people on the lake, you know, these people that I haven't seen in a minute, and be a fat fuck. So I locked the fuck in. Like, I was going to the gym. I literally would wake up, go to the gym at like 11. Oh, my phone's dying. Okay. I would like go to the gym at 11, and then I would play League of Legends for like the rest of the day. And I would just like, I was locked in on eating. I was just like, protein. I would just like make protein ice cream, fucking like drink protein shakes, fucking just eat chicken, eat meat. I would be like, Mom, I can't have whatever you made. I need to lock in. So I locked the fuck in like for 3 months or 4 months or whatever it was. And I went from like 270, because like I gained weight before I started going in. And I went down from like 270 to like 238 or something like that. And I was feeling good. I was lifting more weight than I ever had. I was looking better than I ever had. You know, I had like some girls like interested in me again. So I was like chilling. I was like, so like, oh, let's go. Yeah, but like taking like freaking pictures of myself, like, oh, I was like looking so good. I was fucking like trying to be a mogger. But I digress. Then I got like really comfortable. I was like, you know, there's no way I can gain the weight back, dude. Like, if I just like maintain again, like, there's no way I can gain the weight back. It's 2026. I'm still fat, but like, I was like, I'm just gonna freaking eat maintenance and just work out and get muscles, like crazy muscles. So that lasted like 2 weeks. I'll be honest. That lasted like maybe a month of me like staying locked in like that. And then I got poor. I started going to school, like going to college, and I was like, I can't afford a gym membership, and the college I go to doesn't have a gym. So I was like, okay, I'll just like not eat. So I was like chewing gum every day, not eating. I was like maintaining. I was like, during my like freshman, like first semester, I was like the same weight. So like halfway through 2023, I was like good. Or actually no. Second half of 2023, I was like good. I was like still 238. I was messing with some girls in college, you know, they thought I was good looking and stuff like that. And then the next semester happened, and I was like, my parents were like, you gotta get a job too. And because like the first semester, my mom, she's like, I can like cover it for you, like I can cover your first semester just to see if you like college. I was like, thank you so much. Second semester came around, they're like, not doing that shit no more. And so I was like, all right, I gotta lock in. So I started working 40 hours a week, doing 10 credits. Also, preference, I went for engineering, and I'm finishing my engineering associates next semester. But anyway, this is the worst time of my life, like at this time. Like, I was waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, working as a maintenance, like groundskeeper for an apartment building. Like, I would go in, and it was disgusting. It was a government building. Like, it was like government housing. So like, no offense to people that are in that situation or anything like that, but it was like the lowest of low. Like, people were paying like $5 for rent, and you'd go in and there'd be like cigarettes everywhere, there'd be like alcohol, there'd be like just disgusting messes everywhere, and you have to like go in and like not clean, but you have to like let's say someone's like dishwasher wasn't working, you'd have to like go in, and they would have like fucking like dirty dishes everywhere, so you'd have to like pull out everything, take it out. Like, it was disgusting. And then also I would have to wake up so early because I live in like a snow state, and I would have to like shovel snow at like 3 a.m. Like, I would like, that job was only like a 6-hour shift, so it was like 6 a.m. to 12, and then I would work at the school. I would go to class, and then I would work at the school for the rest of the day. And I think like some of the days I want to get out until 8:30. And also that job, the groundkeeper, like maintenance worker job, was also like on call work. So like, if someone, let's say they only had one toilet in their apartment, and their their toilet got clogged, I would have to like go down at like 3 a.m. if they called me, and fix their toilet, and then wake up at 6 a.m. and go in. It was like it was so stupid. It was like, yeah. So like, you'd have to like bring home like the apartment phone. And like, I only got rang up once, and I told the guy, low-key told him to fuck off, because like I was already like, I was so burned out. But like I'm only saying that because of the anxiety of like being on call, and also knowing you have to wake up is like, it's so hard to fall asleep because like, oh, what if some calls in like an hour? Like I just don't want to like be asleep and not do it and get fired. And also a horrible boss. But anyway, this is like the lowest of the lows. I was like failing my classes. I had the worst boss of all time. The job sucked. It was like manual labor. And I was eating like nobody. Like I did not care about like calories in, calories out. I did not care about going to the gym. I was like, I already work a labor job. I'm not gonna gain any weight, and I gained all the weight back in that one semester. I went from 230 all the way back up to 260 something, like 270, like kind of like where I was around before I started again. And yeah, it was horrible. I didn't even know, like I would like get off work, go to McDonald's, just like 2 hours of my life, and I would just like buy like a 20 piece and a fucking like burger or something like that, and I'd eat that, and then I would go home and like eat whatever the fuck was in the house. And I wasn't trying anything, and I gained all the way back in that semester, and I failed all my classes, and I got set back like in so many ways, and it kind of like set into a depression for like the next semester. And that next semester I was like, can't do it. So I started working only at the school, and I was like, engineering is so hard. I was like, oh, I can't focus on food and all this other stuff while I'm doing like these advanced topics. I mean, at that time I was still doing like core classes, so it wasn't even hard. But for me at the time, I was like, this is like the hardest shit I've ever done. Like I'm doing like crazy, like I don't even know what I was even doing. I was just getting accustomed to doing college because I like flunked out of high school and then got my GED. But anyway, I've been rambling forever. Let's get moving. So yeah, the next semester didn't give a fuck about it again. I think part of that reason was like I was just like so locked in on like being like, I'm gonna be an engineer, like I need to fucking lock in on all my classes. And then the next semester happened, and I met some cool dudes, the homies still today, and we started playing like basketball every Friday. Like we started grinding basketball, and like, not to boast myself, but like I'm low-key kind of I was like cooking in basketball. I was like a sharpshooter. We would only play like 2s or 1s. Sometimes we played 3s, but I was being really active like every week, like multiple days a week. And I kind of like did not lock in on school. Like I was like back into the, oh, I could just like do whatever at school and be fine. So I like deprioritized school. This context kind of makes matters, right? Whatever. But yeah, I started playing video games hard again during that semester because I met some new homies that wanted to game. I was playing basketball like 3 days a week. So I was like, oh, I'm chilling. I'm probably like losing weight. Was not. Like, I was for the first week. Like, I lost like every week I would have the most insane headaches because I was so dehydrated. But like I think I lost like 10 pounds in a week. Like the first like 2 weeks we started playing basketball, just because I was sweating so much and my body was like so not used to it, that like I just lost all the water weight and whatever like muscle, like not muscle, but like I was losing like my muscle and stuff like that. And then my mind and my gut like freaking acclimated because I started eating way more. So I have been the same weight since that semester and this last semester, but I don't have to get into the semester I'm in right now. But anyway, this semester I really wanted to like get locked in again, and I started like the first beginning of the semester I started grinding again, locking in on my calories, locking in on everything. And I think I got down to like 250 something or 258. Like I swear, like I keep bouncing back every 10 pounds. That's what like how it's kind of been like on my journey. But I'm not gonna let that happen again. That's why I'm making these videos, or I'm gonna start making these videos. But let's get to it. So my weight after all that ramble was around 267. That's where I was, or 266, like high 266, 266. high 266 or around 267. I can't really remember because your weight fluctuates, you know, every day. But that's what I logged on April 18th of 2026 was 266. And my goal, just flat goal, long-term goal, is 200 pounds. For reference, I think I already said this, but I'm 6 foot, so I think like 185, I think I'm going to be too lean if I don't have any muscle. And you'll see photos. I'll put some photos up later so you can see if I have some muscle or not. But I don't really want to be too skinny. I know that's kind of like not really possible because of how big I am right now, but I really don't want to be like sub 200 pounds. I think 200 pounds I want to maintain and then start building more muscle. But that's just my goal. That's my long-term goal. And that's around, 70 pounds, which is a lot of weight. And my regimen is 2 pounds per week. That is a very aggressive cut, I understand. But the reason I'm doing that is because it's going to take around 34 weeks, which will be the beginning of my junior year of college. So I thought that was a good goal, junior year of college, start my last 2 years as an engineering major, being at my goal weight. And I thought that, that sounded nice. I'm going to be starting at a new school. So yeah, that's my goal for that. What's my long-term goal is 200 pounds, 2 pounds per week. My maintenance right now is around, my deficit is around 1,700 calories. I'm trying to eat as much protein as possible, but if I get over 100 grams of protein per day, I'm happy. I'm not too nutrient focused. Like, I try to keep my carbs down as low as possible, but at the same time, carbs are satiating, same with fat, so I haven't been really measuring those out too crazily. But the food that I'm eating isn't too high in those. But the reason I'm making this video is because I've not been accounting for myself for the past weekend and this weekend. So let's tell you the progress, because I've already started it, so let's recap some progress. So this is a photo of like what I look like when I started, and this is my most recent photo. I don't think there's too much difference. There might be. I think there's some more difference in my face. That's like, I think the most, which I might have photos of my face before and after, but I don't know. Before and after, it's not even, but for now. So I have lost around 7 pounds in this, let's see, in 3 weeks. I have lost around 7 pounds, which is a little bit over the goal. I guess not too much, because it's 6.6. I guess I overestimate. I've lost 6.6 pounds, which is kind of around that. I should be around 6 pounds lost. Trying to lose 2 pounds per week. So the latest entry in my journal was it was May 7th. And I lost 3 pounds in that week. So here's a little recap of everything. So my week 1 started at 266, ended at 263, which was 3.6 pounds, which is way more than I thought. And then I didn't record the second week because I lost track of it, but I was like super locked in on like just going on my fitness pal and putting everything in and making sure I wasn't over, and just like the second week I was really just focused on like school and stuff like that. So third week, which is the most recent week, I've changed my dates a little bit. So now I started on 418, logged 425, and then I didn't log that second week, so I lost that. But from 428, or from April 28th to May 7th, I lost 3 pounds. So my total loss is 6.6 pounds, and my next goal, right now I'm at 260.2. So my next goal is obviously going to be 258, and that'll be on the 14th. So I might upload this, I might not, and this is the May 7th photo versus the April 18th photo, and then on the 14th, which this is, it's the 11th, right? So that's in 3 days. Hopefully I can lose the weight by then. I'll put another photo up and maybe make a new video. But this has been 20 minutes of rambling. So this is for me, not for you. This is for my accountability. And yeah, if you watched it, thanks.